what's up guys? I'm Amanda, the Botanical Brunette, and welcome to my channel. Today I have to talk about all the plants that I got in the month of June. So June was pretty good for me. I was able to get a wishlist plant, actually two. One is going to be a little bit more of a rare plant, and the other one is more of a common plant. It was a plant that I mentioned in my last plant haul that I'm happy to announce that I finally got. And I added a couple of little plants on top of that, so I have a lot to share with you guys for this month. So if you see my last video, you probably already know the little secret, but I'll show you guys anyway, just so you guys can see everything that I got. Before I get into the plants that I got for June, let me give you a quick rundown for those who have not seen my plant hauls. So this year, I have a wish list of a lot of plants that I am trying to check off. Last year, I had a $50 budget that I tried to stick with, and I bought all plant supplies and plants, but even then I just got too many plants and it's just kind of becoming too overwhelming for me. So this time I'm only getting the plants that I really want. I'm trying not to get too influenced on Instagram, and I'm trying also to stick with that $50 budget a month. And also in true plant haul fashion, I'm going to show you what plants I got first, and then the last plant is the last thing that I got for the month. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about the plants that I got for the month of June. So let's start off with a bang. The first plant that I got for the month of June is this anthurium, radicans, luxurians. This beautiful plant, so cute. Oh, I'm in love with this plant. So this actually has not given me any new growth. I got this at the beginning of the month, around the first week of the month, and it is still, I feel like, adjusting into the soil. I also got this from Salad Beard Farms. It's a shop on Etsy that sells basically starter plants. So this plant I think is just trying to adjust into the soil, and it's also trying to grow new growth. It has a little tiny like nub in the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. So maybe I'll get some new growth from this, because the new leaves on these plants are so pretty. Before they harden off, they're like I would say like a golden kind of like coppery leaf. They're just gorgeous. I'm really excited to capture that, because that's really what people like about these. It will kind of turn into a little bit more of a different shape. You can tell that this leaf kind of got a little wrinkly, a little wonky, maybe when it unfurled or maybe when it was shipped. I'm not sure. I love the ruffly like leaves on this plant. It's just so pretty. These leaves get huge. I don't know if you guys have seen a mature version of this plant, but they get huge, like bigger than probably my hat. Like they get ginormous. I'm really excited to watch this grow and just see like how big this plant is gonna get. Like, I cannot wait. So for care wise, for this plant, what I've been doing is I've left it on my plant shelf. It kind of just sits on under grow lights, and it sits basically on it sits on the shelf that has a humidifier, so it gets really good humidity. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just super cute. I have had this on my wish list probably not that long. Honestly, I've seen it off and on Instagram, and to be honest, I was influenced. So the next plant that I got, I'll tell you. So I got the next two sets of plants I got at the same time, but I'll show you which one I got first, and then we'll talk about that. So the first plant that I got in that order is this umbrella plant. I finally got one. I'm so excited. This umbrella plant is so lush and beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. I'm so excited. And I was a weirdo. I did not want the variegated version. I know that sounds weird, and it sounds like kind of, I don't know. Some plants I love variegated, and some plants I don't. Like, I've seen like some variegated Hoyas, and I'm like, oh cool, it's like variegated on the edge. Like, it's pretty, but it's not for me. Like, I don't need to have that. But like this, the variegation on the umbrella plant is the same situation. It will have like basically a white kind of ring around. It will kind of like spread into the leaf a little bit, but mainly it's on the edge. It's pretty, but I really wanted just a green version. I cannot wait for this to grow. I mean, these will get really big. I actually have it sitting behind me, so I don't know if you guys have seen it in some of my previous videos, probably peeking out, but I got this probably mid-month. And I was just so excited for it. It's just so pretty, like, I just love it. I love it so much. This plant, again, it sits behind me, so it sits in a southeast facing window. I watered it maybe one time. I really can't tell you much about watering. I know that with my research, they do like to be in a brighter area. A little bit of sun is okay, but not like super direct, like all day. So I think that that spot that it's in is probably pretty perfect. But yeah, like, it's so pretty. I'm in love. I'm just so in love with this. So pretty. So the next set, when I say set of plants, if you guys saw my last video, again, you'll kind of know what you'll be seeing now, but I wanted to add some air plants into my collection. I just really have like been loving the air plants, and I've been really just wanting to kind of add really just kind of easy plants into my life. I mean, if you guys know, like I've been going through a lot, like mental health and everything like that. And with everything kind of like, I've just kind of like been really busy and stuff like that. So my plants are kind of suffering a little bit. I've had like a lot of issues basically with like humidity and stuff in my room. Like my plants are they're just going wild. I don't know. Some plants are doing amazing and some plants are like dying off for some reason. Like all my alocasias, except for my Zabrina, which I'm happy to announce that has a new leaf. Other than the propagations, like the corms that I did, they're all like, my alocasia Michelitziana, I don't know. We saw her when I was gathering out corms, and now she just only has 2 leaves. I'm really trying not to buy another one. I'm really trying to like maybe just grow the corms. I have 4 corms growing, and 2 of them have leaves already starting to form, so I could potentially have 4 Fridex or Michelitzianas coming up soon, so I don't want to like go crazy with that. But at the same time, I'm also like, you know, Michelitziana is not that expensive, so I could probably swing to buy another one, but I need to learn to have patience. With all that said, I wanted some plants that I could add to my collection that are going to be easier. I've been looking at like adding cacti to my collection. I haven't had any cactuses other than the ones that I've just like tossed outside. I don't have any inside, like in my house. I have a couple aloe plants and like a little like not a little cluster of like my original plants, but now I'm kind of like, oh, cactuses are really cute. So maybe I'm going backwards. I don't know. Like I'm still loving aeroids, but I'm just like, they're just very difficult, especially in this summer. I don't know why. Like in Florida, the summers are, you guys probably know, like they're crazy hot and humid. I feel like I have not been able to keep up with the humidity in my house. I don't know why, but in the fall and winter, I'm like, you know, like I barely need to turn on my humidifiers. It's like 60% humidity in my house. I wanted to add some plants into my collection, and what I added was I found this bundle on Amazon that had 5 air plants. So I'll show you all of them. This one like prickly, it's like a pine cone almost. It's kind of, it's fun. I don't know, like I don't think I would ever pick this up on its own and just like keep it. Like I don't think I would ever just like be at a plant shop and just be like, oh, I want to buy this one. So I'm glad that I got this because it's kind of crazy and wild. But then I have this guy. So this really pretty like air plant, and this came in a bundle, like really nice bundle. I got this guy, really cute. I love the color on this. Like it's like a very soft sage green, almost like my branding, but so pretty. And then I got this little spindly guy. He fits perfect on my sun catcher air plant hangers. Like fits like right in there. I like the ones that have like the spindly ones because you can just kind of weave it in there. And then this crazy guy. Honestly, I didn't like him at first. I don't like darker plants. So I was like, oh, I don't know. He's got like, if you look closely, I don't know if I can pick it up on the camera, but he's got like purple inside. Like it's really kind of neat. Like they're kind of cool. You can already see like there's a new little bud growing out. I got all 5 of those air plants on Amazon. I didn't mention that, but I got my umbrella plant on Amazon too. Different sellers, but I like to support small businesses, and that I realized that the air plants that I got here like super fast, and I realized that the air plants were from Florida. So it's a local-ish shop to me. So I made sure I shouted them out because honestly, like those are the best quality air plants that I've ever gotten. Like nothing was wrong with them. They were like super, super healthy. So I reached out to them and I'm like, oh, thank you. Like I just like posted a story on Instagram. So I'm gonna show you what I was gifted from the air plant shop because I am just like in absolute awe. Like I was almost in tears for getting like all of these air plants and like for just someone just being really nice. So I'm gonna show you the air plants that I got. So this is one of them. So I got this little fuzzy air plant and I also got 2 of them. So I got 2 little babies of the same one. Then you did see the one that has the purple in it. I have a bigger version that has a little pup on it. It's so cute. And I wish you guys could feel them. They're so soft. This is like velvet. It's like leathery velvet. It's so pretty, but oh, they're cute. Honestly, they're so pretty. And there's so much you can do with air plants, guys. Like literally so much you can do. So here's a Xerographica. Super pretty. I was like, yeah, like I got like a good size one. Like I was like so shocked that she sent me this. And then I saw this. Look how big this is. Oh my God. It's the size of my head. Like, it's so big. I'm like, oh, literally like crying when I opened it. Like I was so like, I don't know. I just like being in like spotlight and stuff like that. Like I've had companies and stuff reach out to me. I pick and choose what I would believe in and what I would think that my viewers or my followers would want to see, and basically like companies that I trust. And I'll only promote things that are really just companies that I believe in, really. I just like, I love like this so much. Like it was so nice of her to send all of this stuff to me, and I'm not even done. And this plant place, like they didn't have to send me this. I'm not affiliated with them. I am not like, they're not paying me. I don't have a promo code. I'm literally, this is my honest opinion. This plant shop is so good, and the people that work there are so nice. So if you guys are watching this, thank you so much for all my air plants. And I have a couple more things to show you that I got because I'm not even done. Like I'm halfway done. So I got this air plant hanger, and it was so sweet. She was like, I wanted to make sure that I like matched your aesthetic. How sweet is that? So I got these 2 air plants, but ignore the Spanish moss. I stole that from outside. It was like hanging in front of my car. So it like hung down. Like I have like these bushes that kind of go over my car, and it kept like growing and growing and growing to the point where like it would like hit me when I would like get in and out of my car. So I was like, I kind of like pulled it down and I saw how long it was. So I treated it, I brought it in, I treated it, and I was like, we're gonna keep you. I took it from outside. Air plants like grow in the wild. in Florida. It's crazy. The other thing that they sent me is this cute little spray bottle, which was perfect timing because my spray bottle actually busted. So really good to have something like that. It's just super cute to have, and it's also like gold. Like it's very like my aesthetic. Like I love it. And then, which is great timing because I am like, I had like 3 air plants before I bought that bundle of 5, and I'm like, I wonder what I'm supposed to do when I like fertilize them. Like, how do you fertilize air plants or whatever? And they sent me this air plant food. So I'm excited to try this. I haven't tried it yet, and you're supposed to use it like once a month on your air plants. I'm so excited to use this. Like, I cannot wait. I hope that like with doing this, like some of my air plants will produce flowers. So my last video, I did air plant styling. So if you haven't seen that video, this is basically me styling all of these air plants. I had to run around my house and gather them all up again, even though I just placed them in a nice spot. So that's what they sent me. It was so sweet for them to send me that stuff. Like, honestly, I'm still like such in awe. Like, I'm just like super touched that they sent me some stuff like that. But that is the plants and plant supplies that I got in the month of June. That's it, guys. Those are the plants that I got. I think that this month I got a lot of plants. I think I have like 20 air plants now, so it's a little crazy. I will have an air plant care video coming soon. Probably won't be for another week or 2. I know that I need to do an update for my gloriosum because her roots are growing crazy. If you haven't seen that video, link it up here. Watch it. Oh my gosh, these roots are like, they're wild. I need to do an update so you guys can see all of that. And I'm also going to maybe transfer it into moss. I like to kind of do water to get the roots really going, and then moss to kind of get it in that transition to soil. So stay tuned for that video. That will be coming up next, and then maybe potentially I'll do the air plants care video after. With all my plants added up, I have it written down. With all of these plants that I got, I spent $50.91. Hi, like, I stayed within budget, thankfully. My last couple of months have been crazy, been haywire. I've been spending hundreds of dollars. Yeah, I'm really excited that I kind of took it easier this month, except I did get a lot of plants. I think the gift that she sent me kept me busy and kind of off of Etsy and online and in plant shops. I have been to like Lowe's and Home Depot, and I'm like, dragging my feet out. I'm like, I'll grab my orchid potting mix and like, let's go. Which also, I've been wanting to get an orchid again. I don't know what is going on with me. I've been like loving air plants and cacti and orchids. Like, these are all like old school plants in my opinion that like I had when I first started my plant collection. My very first plant, I say, was a snake plant. But it's the first plant that I've had that I've kept alive. The very first plant that I ever had was I went to Universal. I went to Islands of Adventure in Universal Studios, and I got a money tree. I carried that thing around like true plant lady style. I carried that thing on rides. I carried that plant everywhere I went with me. It was stupid. Like, why did I buy a plant at Universal Studios? But I did, and that plant wound up dying. And this is like, I'm telling you, this is like, I don't even know, probably 10 years ago. I have also started to see money trees kind of popping up, people buying money trees. I've seen them all over Lowe's and Home Depot, which is crazy. I might add another money tree, but I think for next month, I'm probably going to get some maybe more common plants. I've been looking at the arborfolia. Hopefully I'll get some really good plants in July. But that's it for today. Let me know in the comments, like always, what plants did you get for the month of June? I'd like to talk about them. I'd like to see what plants you guys get in the month, because it's just like cool. It also makes me feel better if you guys went crazy and I didn't, or if we went crazy together, like it makes me feel better about my spending. So that's it for today. I hope you guys all have a great day and stay botanical.